Thank you to each parent, teacher, and staff member who has helped us get to this point. Most importantly, though, thank you to my classmates. These past 4 years have been filled with ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, each class faces hardships throughout their high school years, but I'm sure most of you would agree with me when I say that we've had one of the tougher rounds. Nonetheless, we did it. We're here, and that's something to be pretty proud of. Still, this is just the beginning. No matter where any of us decides to go in life, we will have to put in work to get there. These past 4 years have been filled with lifelong memories, but there have also been days where I couldn't help but question everything. I can't count the times when I walked through those front two doors and the first thing I heard was a complaint about having to be here. We were so incredibly lucky to be able to have in-person school this year. Yet, some chose to complain about it instead of seeing our fortune. Life is full of choices. This simple complaint was only one of those choices. We have each made choices that have gotten us to where we are today. In the past month, some of us have made some really big choices. Choices about where to go to school, what to study, who to room with, and I'm proud of each and every one of you for those choices. But let me tell you, the choices don't stop here. This is just the beginning. We will still have to make those choices. I'm not saying it's easy. It's actually not meant to be. But the right choices aren't meant to be easy. Looking back on these past 4 years, there is so much to be grateful for. And the beautiful thing, we get to choose to remember the good times from these past 4 years. There have been countless trips worth holding on to for a lifetime. To those of you who went to the Denver Stock Show with me freshman year, I'm sure you'll choose to remember the family that we created in the McDonald's parking lot. I'll also choose to remember all of the stories those of you who went on the FBLA trip that year shared with me. I will always remember the sound of the band leading us down the hallway to a pep rally and Viking voices sharing their beautiful voices. I'm sure we'll all remember watching CNN 10. We'll remember the wins in the sports some of us held so close. We'll remember watching Kevin, Logan, and Austin leave it all on the mat and leading our wrestling team to win the home invite for the past 4 years in a row. I'll remember Ethan playing his saxophone in front of the entire school at an assembly, blowing us all away with his talent, I might add. I will remember the life lessons Mrs. Schad managed to share with us from an English classroom. I will certainly remember rushing onto the court after the volleyball girls secured their place at state this year. I will remember cheering on one another as some of us took leaps of faith at our senior retreat. And most of all, though, I will remember who was beside me for these past 4 years. And I can only pray that each of you chooses to do the same. I hope that we all choose to remember the good from each day. I hope you never forget the people who got you to this point, because it was certainly a lot of work for some of us. So make sure you give out some extra hugs today. Before I go, though, I have one more choice that I want to talk about. As we're sitting here today on one of the biggest days, I can't help but think that some of us aren't making the most important choice. Let me share some statistics with you to help you understand what I mean. 1 in 302.5 million, the odds of winning the lottery. Yet so many of us plan to buy tickets one day. 1 in 3.7 million, the odds of being in a plane crash. Yet we still fly. Only 1 in 103, the odds of being in a car crash. Still, we drive. Want to know my favorite statistic? 1 in 400 trillion, the odds of you actually existing. And some of us still sit here questioning our value. We still question if we're good enough. We sit here and choose to do things that make us unhappy. We were not put here by accident. Stop acting like your worth is questionable. You're worth so incredibly much. You're loved by so many people. Life is full of choices. So, we can choose to question our worth, or we can be grateful that we're here. Your choice, because each day is what we make it. Best of luck to the class of 2021. Thank you.